Power steering. Yeah, good. That's not where I was going with that thought, but radios, yeah, having radios in cars. Yeah, it's okay. All right. Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right. Just not what I was thinking, but fantastic for pointing out something I would not have thought to include. There you go. Calculators, the very first computers, not that that's something that we're purchasing for our homes yet, but we do have that new technology. Credit cards, that's enough for new pieces. And then how are baby boomers having a major impact on our economy, on society, on all the things? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So yeah, we're going to need more of everything, right? We need more supplies. We need more schools, more teachers. We need housing, right? Which takes us back to last week when we talked about the Levittown suburb communities that are being built. I mean, we got to have a place to house all these families and take care of these kids. And of course, they're going to have an impact on society and trends, fashion, music, right? We got rock and roll. We got all these new things that come up in the 1950s. And that's kind of focusing on the positive that happens in the 1950s, because I know that a lot of it's been all negative stuff. Containment, Cold War, Red Scare, Korean War, all the bad things. Us being beat in the space race, because what does the Soviet Union launch before us? Satellite, Sputnik. Yeah, exactly. Okay, fantastic. All right, I apologize for the confusion on the. That's what I get for trying to multitask. Doesn't always go well. Okay, all right. So as soon as you get that done, go ahead and do me a favor. Completely clear your desk. If you're doing your quiz on the computer, just push your computer off to the side. But I want you to give me 110% of your attention as we review and get ready for this unit quiz. And then you're going to have something a little bit different for the next, I call them mini chapters because we're going to be going through them pretty fast. We've got 24, which we'll officially get into tomorrow with JFK, LBJ in the 60s. We'll do a short quiz on it. Then we'll get into chapter 25, which is civil rights. We'll do a mini quiz on civil rights. Then we'll do 26, which is Vietnam. We'll do a mini quiz on Vietnam. And then you will have an overall unit test of JFK, LBJ, Vietnam, and civil rights. And then to round it all out, we'll hit as much as we can on the 80s. So that's what's coming in our last few days and weeks together. Sorry about that. But you're just in time. Do you want to change or anything? All right, so let's do it. Let's review. This is everything that we started with chapter 22 in the Cold War and finished this week with chapter 23. All right, tell me this. Who's the president of the U.S. at the end of World War II? Truman. Yes, very good. All right, remember it's Truman that gets us into the Cold War. And then again, we've talked about how Eisenhower continues it through the 50s. Let's see. At the end of World War II, the Allies split control of what city? Berlin, the city. You're right, the country, yes, but we're talking about the city. Good. What economic plan is the key word, what economic plan to help rebuild the war-torn areas of Europe? What was the name of that plan? I'll give you a hint. Plan is in the end of the answer. Marshall Plan. Very good. And that's how, because both those questions are on here about the Truman Doctrine and the Marshall Plan, but that's how you know which one's what. Okay. If it talks about the plan, it's the Marshall Plan. If it says policy, this policy stated the U.S. would try to stop the spread of communism. That is referring to the Truman Doctrine. So policy, Truman Doctrine, plan, Marshall Plan. Okay. Yep. Absolutely. Absolutely. And if you want to open it up without anything rushing out at you, There is a place to hang it, but if you can get it to stay. Yeah, there we go. There we go. I was just a little concerned because you might die if you tried to open those without assistance. Okay. Let's see. Oh, this person describes the Soviet domination as the Iron Curtain coming across Europe. It is Winston Churchill. Who is Winston Churchill? Prime Minister of Great Britain. Very good. Got it. Got it. When did the Soviets end the US monopoly on atomic weapons? What was the year? All right, now y'all were trying to reference when they talked about creating the H-bomb. Back it up. Back it up to when they created. 49. It's 49. All right, we're bouncing all around it. It's 49. 1949, they get their own atomic bomb. Okay, who was left in charge of the U.S. occupation of Japan after the war? I'll give you a hint. It's the same guy that's going to be over the operation in Korea. Douglas MacArthur. Good. MacArthur, which I think he's on here a couple of times. All right, this is a good one, and I would love to hear you guys say this. What is the name of the new communist Chinese leader after the Chinese Revolution? Mao Zedong. Fantastic. There you go. All righty. Korean War was fought between 1950 and 1953. And afterwards, we have the organization that was created by Western allies to oppose the Soviets. What is the name of that organization? NATO. Very good. Ooh, this is a good one. Let's see if you remember this one. Kind of a little trivia question for you. Who did Truman defeat for the 1948 election in an upset victory? They had already printed the newspaper saying this guy was going to win instead. Well, okay, you at least remember what happened. Dewey. Last name Dewey. Sure. Thomas Dewey. Thomas Dewey. What were many people anticipating at the end of the war? What do we assume? War is over. What are we hoping will accompany the end of war? Right, get back to normalcy. Yeah, economic boom times, right? Like good things, right? Good things. Economic boom times, normalcy. What famous spy case involved a married couple who were later executed? It does. Rosenbergs. There we go. We were on the way. Rosenbergs. In 1950, Senator Joseph McCarthy was accusing people of what? Yeah, communism should be the first thing that comes to your mind when you think of Joseph McCarthy on his wild witch hunts looking for communist spies. This man was picked for the vice president candidate as the vice president candidate under Eisenhower. Who was Eisenhower's VP? Nixon. Yes. Good. Good. So far, easy, right? Okay. All right. I didn't mean to say the question number. Who takes over control of the Soviet Union after Stalin dies? Not yet. Gorbachev's coming. Not yet. Nope. Khrushchev. Good. Nikita Khrushchev. All right. It is. It is, even though that's taking a lot of the fun out of it. Like if I would just do fill in the blanks. If I did fill in the blanks. Oh, jeez. All right. How is Eisenhower different as president? What is he going to bring along with him that will make his presidency different? Right. Yeah, like his military policy and yeah, kind of yeah, his experience as a military man. I lost my place. No, you're just making up stuff. Nope. There was an 8 in there, but that's not what I said. What was one program, the New Deal era, that Eisenhower continued to support? And we still have this today for when you retire. Social Security. Very good. Got it. Cold War refers to tensions between us and what other country? Soviet Union. Got it. Oh, good question. Good question. The United States implemented the Truman Doctrine by assisting aid to one of our ally countries, Greece. Very good. What have I not asked? Okay. As a result of World War II, the nations of Eastern Europe are going to have this happen to them. Who's going to take them under their wing? Soviet Union. And what do we nickname those countries that satellite nations? Yeah, very good. Countries that come under Soviet control. Good. The Soviet Union eventually ended the blockade of West Berlin because the US did this. The airlift. Good. Airlifting supplies. Why was General Douglas MacArthur relieved of his command during the Korean War? There was one thing that MacArthur wanted to do, and Truman said, no, you're crazy. Invade China. Good. He wanted to invade China. Right. All right. How did Joseph McCarthy's witch hunt for communists end? How is he going to get in trouble? Right. Yes, he does not have evidence. Very good. Yep. What was the most important significance of Sputnik? It is. And why are we so upset about this? Well, we think we do. We think we do. And then they end up doing something before us. So we're embarrassed that they have better technology than we do, because again, we thought that we were the best and brightest and all the things. All right, what did we say the Marshall Plan was designed to do? Rebuild. Good. Rebuild. And what it's like a twofer, right? Rebuild in Europe and then also contain communism. Got it. What was the name of the domestic policy under Truman? What did Truman call his domestic plan? No, that's his policy for helping rebuild Europe. But what is his domestic policy here at home? What? Middle of the road. That's Eisenhower. Back it up. What was Truman's? Truman's plays off of FDR's New Deal. That's a hint. Fair deal? Fair deal. His is the fair deal. Good. Good, 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 good. All right, if you pay attention, there's a lot of questions on this quiz that help to answer other questions. All right, so if you pay attention, if there's one that you're not sure of and you keep going, you might see another one that'll help you out. All right, but we walked through pretty much the whole quiz without me saying it literally word for word. Okay. All right, ladies.